Dun, 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 dun. We are walking into third grade with Mrs. Jenna Holt. Here we are.
Hi.
Hello, Mrs. Holt.
How are ya?
We're good.
Welcome to third grade.
Thank you. Just have a few questions for you. One, we all know you love Star Wars, so who's your favorite character?
Well, I hope everyone that comes in here has a favorite. You should. I've got lots of books. I've got all of the series. And so if you don't know, then you can become informed right here in this classroom. I'm going to have to go old school, Princess Leia. I love Rey. I think she's great. Got a lot of energy. Spoiler alert, Palpatine's granddaughter. But I love Leia. Leia's awesome.
Of course. The braids are also fantastic. What is your favorite field trip here in third grade?
Oh, we do love to go off campus. Actually, we're in a great place. We walk to a lot of places. We go to the courthouse. We've got the Burke County Museum of History, which is great. But we also like to take trips. So to get involved in history, we like to travel up to Spruce Pine and do the Over Mountain Victory celebration and do lots of hands-on activities, go to planetariums, pretty much whatever we're learning. If we can get off and explore it, that's what we do.
So you love to travel in all of your spare time. Where would you love to visit that you've not been before?
Oh, I've been lucky enough to travel with following my sister around the world, but there's actually a lot of places in the United States I haven't been yet. So I'd really love to be able to visit all the places that Ansel Adams shot photography. I saw his exhibit twice, and just want to see all of the United States before I go overseas again.
That sounds fun. So what is your favorite unit of inquiry here in third grade?
That's a tough one. They're all awesome. I would say that my kids' favorite's probably mythology. We get really into mythology. They have a groovy Greek day and a rotten Roman day. We wear togas and we eat on the floor. We have the Olympic Games. That's probably their favorite. But anything history. But it's all history and science, so they're all good.
It's all fun. Well, what's your favorite book to read to the class or a series of books?
Oh, so my kiddos are really into graphic novels right now. So I've got two setups of graphic novels here. Sometimes they're reluctant to read and just getting into kind of like a more comic style. Really helps my reluctant readers. But I try to keep my mine stocked with some of their favorites, and then they can vote throughout the year on ones that they want to make a recommendation for. But some of my all-time favorites are going to be here in mythology. Again, kind of going with a graphic novel series. These are great. We've got all these on all of our Olympians. And then my favorite read aloud is Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson, absolutely.
Love it.
There's so many books here in third grade. Well, tell me, what is the favorite part of your classroom? What's your favorite part?
Well, I guess right here, one of the coolest things is we do lots of games on the smartboard. So the kids actually have iPads, they have one-to-one, and so I can put our vocabulary game on there, and they can race against each other, or a lot of times they like to just come up and draw on the screen, and it is fun. And they change colors, and boy, do they have a good time doing that. So this is kind of where a lot of learning happens, but back here we do a lot of our reading groups. So sometimes I'll have friends up front. They might be working on the screen at the front, working on a language project, while friends are at the front smartboard, and they might be working on spelling, while I'm right here doing leading a reading group.
There is so much to do in this classroom. So, what's your favorite school supply?
School supply. Oh, I love new markers.
I knew you were going to say that.
I love new markers. Yeah, I love markers.
Do you like smelly markers or regular markers?
Ooh, you know what? If I'm getting picky, I like smelly markers with a chisel tip.
Ooh, that is great. Love it. So, when you're not here at Morganton Day, what do you do in your spare time?
Oh, I like to be on the lake. I've got a kayak. My daughter and I kayak, or ideally at the beach, but anywhere where my toes can be in the sand, I'm happy.
So if you could eat lunch with anyone, who would it be?
Ooh, So all over the world, I have been following one very inspiring girl, and it's in between Greta Thunberg, who's changing what we understand and helping us look at global warming and climate change, and Malala Yousafzai. So if I could group both of them together, that's who I would love to have lunch with.
Yes, perfect. I love that. What is your favorite thing about teaching third graders?
They are so inquisitive. They come in, they want to know everything. At different parts of the year, you'll come in and you'll see the entire galaxy and the solar system hanging from the ceiling. Whatever we're doing, they're totally involved in it. We actually have an action board where a lot of times kids will go home and they'll share what they've been learning with their grandparents, and they're really, really involved in it. And a lot of the history that we learn in third grade, we keep kind of a timeline, they have not had that exposure yet. And so everything feels really, really new to them, and they really, really enjoy, and also in math, a lot of the Singapore math is a different way that we've gone about things, that they love to go home and show their parents the new way and what they've learned at school.
Absolutely. So last question, any suggestions or tips for your rising third graders this summer?
Yes, read everything. Read nonfiction, read fiction, read graphic novels, read the back of the cereal box, but read. And rising third graders will want to practice their doubles. So 7 plus 7, it's going to introduce them to multiplication, which we've got up here. So 7 times 2, so 8 plus 8 is the same as 8 times 2. And that is really, really an important thing that you guys can be doing right now over the summer to help you get ready.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Mrs. Holt. We hope you have a great rest of your summer.
Happy summer.